In Titan's Reckoning Episode 1, a meteor crashed into the Nevada desert, shaking the earth with its impact. The mysterious stone pulsed with green light, awakening Godzilla from his ancient prison beneath the sands. The King of Titans rose, unleashing chaos on a military convoy, his atomic breath lighting up the night. As Godzilla stood victorious, the meteor's signal grew stronger, calling other Titans across the globe. The echoes of the Nevada meteor's fall had faded into silence, but its signal stretched far beyond the desert sands, piercing the wild heart of Skull Island. The island lay cloaked in the shadows of dusk, its dense jungle alive with the hum of unseen life beneath a sky heavy with brooding storm clouds. The ancient trees, gnarled and twisted by centuries of solitude, swayed gently, their leaves trembling as if whispering secrets of a time before man. A faint blue glow pulsed through the undergrowth, a rhythm not born of the island but carried on the wind from a distant catastrophe. Far across the ocean, the meteor rested in its Nevada crater, its blackened surface scarred and cracked, yet alive with a strange energy. Green veins of light throbbed across it like a heartbeat, each pulse sending a ripple through the air, a call that reached beyond the horizon. On Skull Island, the ground shivered faintly, the pulse resonating through the soil, stirring roots and stones alike. The jungle grew restless, its creatures falling silent as the hum grew louder, an alien song weaving through the twilight. High above the jungle, on a jagged cliff battered by the salty winds of the sea, Kong stood motionless, his massive form a dark silhouette against the stormy sky. His fur bristled as the signal pierced the air, a sound both foreign and familiar, tugging at instincts buried deep within his ancient soul. His eyes, sharp and unyielding, scanned the horizon, searching for the source of this unseen force. The King of Skull Island felt it in his bones, a summons from the fallen star, a challenge that stirred his blood and roused his spirit. The fragile peace of the island shattered as the distant roar of engines rumbled through the dusk. From the horizon, a fleet of military helicopters emerged, their sleek forms cutting through the thickening clouds like blades through flesh. The humans had tracked the signal, their machines gleaming with cold steel under the fading light, drawn to Skull Island by the same mysterious force that woke its king. The air buzzed with the whine of rotors, a sound that grated against the natural symphony of the jungle, heralding an intrusion that would not go unchallenged. Deep within the jungle's embrace, Kong watched from the shadows, his towering frame blending seamlessly with the ancient trees. The faint blue mist curled around his legs, a ghostly veil born from the signal's resonance as the helicopters drew closer. Their lights pierced the canopy, casting harsh beams across the undergrowth, illuminating patches of earth untouched by man for millennia. Kong's chest rose and fell with steady breaths, his presence a silent storm waiting to break. The intruders hovered above, oblivious to the primal force lurking below, their arrogance a spark to his growing fury. The tension snapped like a taut vine as the helicopters tightened their circle, their noise drowning out the jungle's whispers. Kong's fist clenched, rising slowly against the dark backdrop of twisted trees, a gesture of defiance etched in muscle and bone. His eyes narrowed, glinting with a fierce resolve as the wind whipped through the canopy, carrying the scent of fuel and steel. The air grew heavy, charged with the electric weight of an impending clash, the island itself holding its breath as its king prepared to strike. This was his domain, and he would defend it with every ounce of his being. With a roar that split the heavens, Kong erupted into action, his bellow shaking the cliffs and echoing across the sea. The helicopters swarmed like vengeful insects, their engines whining as they circled the Titan. Lights flashing in the stormy sky streaked with red hues. The wind howled in chorus with his fury, the clouds above churning as if mirroring the chaos below. Kong stood unyielding, a colossus of fur and muscle, his every move a testament to the raw power that ruled this forgotten land. He launched himself skyward, his massive arms outstretched, a force of nature defying the invaders in the stormy night. The jungle blurred beneath him, a sea of dark green swallowed by shadow as he soared toward the machines. The helicopters veered wildly, their pilots struggling against the sheer might of the Titan's ascent. Lightning cracked above, illuminating his form for a fleeting moment, a king reclaiming his sky, a silhouette of unstoppable wrath against the tempest. His fist closed around a helicopter with a crunch of metal, the machine crumpling like paper in his grasp as he tore it from the air. The wreckage plummeted to the jungle floor, a trail of sparks lighting its descent, while the storm raged overhead with unrelenting fury. Another chopper swung too close, and Kong's roar drowned its engines as he seized it mid-flight, hurling it against a cliff in a shower of debris. The sky burned with the clash, a dance of man and monster under the wrathful clouds. One by one, he swatted the intruders from his sky, their twisted metal husks crashing against the cliffs in bursts of sparks and smoke. The jungle floor became a graveyard of steel, the air thick with the acrid scent of burning fuel as the last helicopter fell. Kong stood triumphant amidst the wreckage, his chest heaving, his roar a declaration of dominion that silenced the storm for a fleeting moment. The invaders were gone, their machines reduced to ruins. Skull Island remained his, unchallenged and eternal. Silence settled over Skull Island, broken only by the distant rumble of thunder rolling across the sea. Kong stood atop the cliff's edge, his massive form a dark sentinel against the blue-red hues of the stormy horizon. His breath slowed, his gaze piercing the distance as the wind carried whispers of the world beyond. The battle was won, but a deeper unrest stirred within him, an echo of the signal that had brought the humans, a call that lingered in the air like a promise unfulfilled. Far away, the meteor pulsed stronger, its green light flaring brighter in the Nevada crater, cutting through the night with a relentless rhythm. Blue mist rose from its core, drifting skyward as the signal stretched across the earth. A summons not just for Kong, but for titans yet unseen. The king of Skull Island turned his head, his ears catching the faint roar of another in the distance. The Titan's reckoning was unfolding, and this victory was only the beginning of a war that would shake the world.